Good. I'm going to call the public hearing for 5 o'clock p.m. on April 22nd to order at 5 p.m. Roll call, please.
Myers.
Here.
DeShawn.
Here.
Slater.
Here.
Moritz is absent. Sherrick.
Here.
Hickman is absent. Me.
Here.
All right, so I'm going to turn the floor to Mr. James Mee, who is the chairman of the Plating Committee at this time.
The proposed establishment of Bucyrus Codified Ordinance, BCO Chapter 1197, authorized location for adult use and medical marijuana facilities in the city of Bucyrus. This is a public hearing. Do we have any proponents or opponents that would like to speak?
Are we going to have our plating committee comments first? Or am I not?
You're in the plating committee. We're in the public hearing.
Or,
That's next. Next meeting, right?
No, it's not.
well, no, it's in
So-
our public hearing.
So I think we need to simply, for the public's sake, read that notice of this public hearing was in fact published in the Bucyrus Telegraph Form on March 14th, 2025. Today, anyone who is interested in expressing their opinion or opinions about the proposed changes may do so by approaching the podium. Each person is asked to state their name, address, and whether they are a proponent or opponent of the proposed application. 5 minutes will be allotted for each guest. Everyone is asked to keep in mind that this public hearing is being held only to share information. No decision will be made at this time, and all information presented will be considered by the Plating Committee and/or appropriate committees at a later date. So, Mr. Mee, I know you've already asked, but we'll, for the sake of clarity, do it again. If there are anybody who would like to speak in favor or against this, we ask that you approach the podium. All right, and seeing none, I will entertain a motion to refer the preceding subject back to the Plating Committee for further study.
We still overlooked.
We did.
Plating committee comments.
Plating Committee, do you have any comments?
I do.
Go ahead.
If you'll take a look at the ordinance that we have, and these are observations on my part. What is chosen to be done with my observations is entirely up to committee, council, what have you. I'm just stating what I've observed. In the caption, the second line where it talks about Bucyrus Codified Ordinances entitled Planning and Zoning, we are missing the word code. Where it says, be it ordained, since this is an emergency, it's my belief it should state 2/3, however it states a majority. Under section 1, the second line, we are missing the word code after planning and zoning. That's the title of part 11. Then under section 1, where we refer to in bold 1197.03 permitted zoning districts. If you look above, it's titled there 1197.02 observation. Under section 1B, second sentence, it talks about pursuant to chapter 1149 of this title. Now I'm not sure what that means, chapter 1149 of this title.
So is that the BZA, right?
Correct.
Vicki, at the top you said planning and zoning code
Yes.
and the creation of chapter 1197 entitled Authorized Locations for the Adult Use of Medical. Where was the next?
The next observation
Yes.
is under be it ordained. It says a majority of all members, and this piece of legislation is an emergency.
Why, wait, so it's being prepared as, was it referred as an emergency
That
originally?
will actually officially happen after this meeting in the planning committee meeting, was when the committee will request the legislation.
Because this has been, how long, refresh my memory, how long have we been working on this? I feel like it's been a long time.
Okay, if you'll remember,
I think it was requested originally as an emergency, wasn't it?
no,
Or
originally,
what?
it's my understanding it was as a non-emergency. Then Mr. White came to the podium and was talking about this
Right.
law or what have you that's possibly going to be signed, and we need to get ahead of that so
Right.
that we're grandfathered in, and it was suggested that it be an emergency, and then,
But officially, I believe that designation will occur at the next plating meeting after this, of how that's requested. So the committee will need to request it either as an emergency or regular legislation.
No, that's how it was requested before it could come to the public
Yeah.
hearing. Yeah.
yes,
But-
the committee already requested it.
I understand that, but the committee then is going to meet again to ask for it to be put in front of full council.
Right.
And
So,
whether it's an emergency or not, doesn't make it have to go back to public hearing.
Right.
so I guess the question is, are we, I guess, you do what you want. I'm just giving you my observations. The rest then, Jim, again, this is prepared as an emergency. It states a majority of all members. An emergency is 2/3 of all members.
Okay, gotcha.
Then under section 1, second line, planning and zoning code, code needs to be inserted. Or I should say code is not there.
And is this 117902 or 117903?
Should be able to.
And then again, I don't think I've had an answer yet to my question is, when it states pursuant to chapter 1149 of this title, what is being referred to with the verbiage of this title?
The BCA.
We put that in there to include the BZA, right? Yeah.
Okay,
But what is,
what's the title of the BZA?
yeah,
That's the section of our ordinances. Each one is under a title. So within this title, they're referring back to section 1149.
all other commercial zoning districts shall require a conditional use determination granted by the zoning appeals board pursuant to chapter 1149 of this title.
Think of it as like a section or a chapter.
I just want someone to explain to me what is this title.
That before is chapters, not titles.
But it's in the ordinances. If you look it up on American Publishing, it is titles. That is the term or the verbiage that they use.
Well, it's titles, and then under titles, there's chapters.
Chapters.
First, you start with the part, then you start with the title, then
Right.
you start with the chapters.
So in this title, he's referring to inside this title.
Inside what title?
The title that this chapter is in, 1197.
Okay, well, if you look then at chapter 1149, conditional uses, that's under Title 7,
So that
entitled
means-
Zoning Administration and Enforcement.
So then it needs to be switched to Title 7. Correct?
I'm just
Sounds right.
submitting my observations.
So instead of 1149, it should be titled, chapter 1149, it should be title
Of
7?
Title
Chapter
7.
1149
Of
of
Title
Title
7.
7.
Gotcha.
Is that the end of your list?
Yes, it is.
All right. Mr. Gobert, did you catch all of that? Mr. Mead, did you catch all of that?
Yes, I'm good with
Okay.
that.
Do you have any further comments from the plating committee?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. I need a motion to refer the proceeding subject back to the plating committee for further study.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion by Ms. Slater and a second by Ms. Sherrick. Roll call vote, please.
Myers,
Yes.
DeShawn,
Yes.
Slater,
Yes.
Moritz is absent, Sherrick,
Yes.
Hickman is absent, me.
Yes.
Motion carries. All right, to excuse council members who are absent, I'm just going to simply ask, did you receive any communication from Mr. Moritz, Mr. Hickman, or Mr. Fankhauser to their absence?
I received notification from Mr. Moritz, but neither Hickman or Fankhauser.
Okay, so I'd like to do these individually. I'll entertain a motion to excuse Mr. Moritz. Yes.
So moved.
I'll second that.
Motion by Mr. Me and a second by Ms. Sherrick. Roll call, please.
Myers,
Yes.
DeShawn,
Yes.
Slater,
Yes.
Moritz is absent, Sherrick,
Yes.
Hickman is absent, me.
Yes.
Okay, that motion carries. I'll entertain a motion to excuse Mr. Hickman.
So moved.
Hearing no second, that motion dies. I'll entertain a motion to excuse Mr. Fankhauser. Hearing no motion, that also dies, so Mr. Moritz is excused, Mr. Hickman and Mr. Fankhauser are not. I need a motion to adjourn this public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Sherrick, second by Ms. Slater. Roll call, please.
Myers?
Yes.
DeShawn,
Yes.
Slater,
Yes.
Moritz is absent, Sherrick,
Yes.
Hickman is absent, me.
Yes.
All right, we are adjourned at 5:12 PM.